welcome to TV22 and the A.J. Doman Automotive Family Game of the Week. Game of the Week is brought to you by A.J. Doman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Discover the difference at the foot of the bridge in Berwick. A.J. Doman Chevrolet Cadillac, the dealership that works for you. Stop by for a test drive. Highway 182 in Berwick. Coastline Wealth Group. More than financial planning, a partner who takes pride in helping you succeed. CoastlineWealthGroup.com. Life well planned. GJCurbside.com, your complete online grocery store, including local and regional products. Check our website for delivery options. From our curb to yours, G&J Curbside. Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, here to restore the quality of life you deserve. And Allen's Communications, locally owned cable, internet, and phone service. 384-8335.
Hello everyone, welcome to Berwick High School. Here Berwick taking on their rival, the Patterson Lumberjacks. A game late in the year that actually has meaning as both teams trying to find their way into the playoff picture for their classification. With me, Tony Boba, former head coach, collegiate player, and now one of your top-notch color commentators.
Thank you, Boo.
Welcome.
You can see here, it looks like we've got a game with playoff implications. Berwick coming in at 9-8, ranked 33 in Class 3A, with the Lumberjills not far behind, ranked 35th. So, you know, you're wrapping up, Boo. You're getting close to the end of the season. You're jockeying for position. You're trying to make your year and ruin your rival's year. So this should be a good ball game.
Absolutely. Girls basketball has evolved over the years. The most prominent call you're going to see tonight is a travel and a jump ball. But what has changed is the ability to score the basketball.
All right, for the starters, for the Lumberjills, you got number 1, Kalani Harris, number 2, Zori Spain, who's averaging 11 points and 7 assists, number 5, Nyla Phillips, number 12, Melina Lyall, and number 21, Randon Paul. Berwick starters, number 2, Ashlyn Fitter, number 3, Sam Kitchen, number 4, Bronwyn Colbert, number 23, Jalasia Bertrand, averaging 24.1 points a game, and number 11, Katie Lusto.
Yeah, Bertrand will have the ball in her hands most of the night.
Yeah, Boo, I believe you called a game earlier this year with Berwick and Hanson girls.
Absolutely. I know the coach talked about their three-point proficiency, but I know that Berwick, the game that I saw them, was not shy. They threw it up from all parts of the court.
Well, and that's one thing. If they're going in, could be a good night. Of course, you know, if they're not falling, it can lead to some easy transition points for the Lumberjills. So it looks like number 4, Colbert.
She's a tremendous athlete.
And number 1, Harris, will be jumping for the.
And we're underway. The Lumberjacks will start off with it. A winner here has a good chance to make it into the top 32 in a playoff berth.
Looks like Berwick's coming out in the 2-3 zone.
Yeah, down inside. And just how they draw it up, Lumberjacks off to a 2-0 lead.
Lumberjacks with a little 2-1-2 3/4 court press. Lumberjills.
Up and short by Hughes. Lumberjacks holds them to a single shot. That's important. Keep them off the glass. Berwick packs it in the zone. Nice pickoff right there by Fitter. She's brought to the ground, and a foul called against Patterson.
Like that foul's on number 1, Harris.
Lumberjacks will try to put a little pressure. Bertrand, an excellent ball handler. She's got a great athlete in Colbert. They'll do the 1-2 punch there. Hughes right up the lane. She throws it up off the iron, no good, and another good defensive rebound by the Lumberjacks.
Lumberjacks do a good job pushing it up.
Good recovery by Bertrand.
I believe that was Bertrand that tipped it out.
Just couldn't hang on to it. It speared her off her foot out of bounds. Lumberjacks will steal the possession. Tony, look at the girls' game, what they're doing right here, packing in the zone. They're trying to force Patterson to the outside, yet Patterson's still trying to get the ball inside.
Yeah, it's, with the 2-3 zone, you're going to challenge that team to shoot the ball outside. Turns into a turnover.
Yeah, a little size advantage for Berwick.
Paul and Phillips kind of looked at each other thinking, you get it, no, you get it, and neither of them did.
Bertrand attacks the press right up the middle where she should be. Ball stolen and a foul by Hughes.
Probably a pretty good foul there. That would have been a breakaway and an easy bucket. You want to give your defense a chance to set up.
Yeah, Melina Lyle, just a freshman. Does a good job for the Lumberjacks.
Quick sub. Looks like Sam Kitchen's in the game for the Lady Panthers. Kind of combat some of that size from the Lumberjills.
Open shot off the iron. And a traveling call. And you got to be aware of your outlet. Who you going to throw the ball to? They throw it to the big girl. She shuffles her feet and gets a call.
Yeah, she should be running down to get to the block. And
good pass down low.
Nice pass by Spain.
Paul puts it off the glass for 2.
So it looks like Patterson's plan.
Yeah, you look at what happened right there. You don't see that often. Berwick was out of bounds. They threw it into the other opponent. She walks away. The ball goes out of bounds, and the Lumberjacks steal another possession.
Looks like Berwick's called a quick timeout to try to regroup. Looks like it's a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, one thing you don't want right here if you're Berwick is this game to get out of control early. Right now you're only down 4-0, trying to find something offensively, but Lumberjacks are doing a good job of getting the ball down low.
That's right. It looks like, Paul is going to play a big factor in this game. She's doing a good job of posting up. The Lumberjills are taking their time, working the ball inside. It looks like Paul's struggling a little bit from the field, but she's getting some good open shots. Those shots start to fall, could be trouble for the Lady Panthers. I look for Bertrand to get, to try to get a little bit more active here. Hopefully try to get a steal for the Lady Panthers and get a transition and an easy bucket.
Right, the glaring factor here in the first quarter has been the unforced turnovers. 3 possessions for the Lumberjacks, and really the difference in the game. Phillips will take it in. She gets it down low. Good block by Kitchen. It'll be out of bounds on red, and Berwick will take possession.
Yeah, you got to believe the Lumberjills are trying to do this press to get the ball out of Bertrand's hands. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Lady Panthers can kind of work around that.
Yeah, it comes down when you're triple team. Somebody's got to be open.
Somebody's got to be open.
Panthers an opportunity to set the offense. Nice entry pass to Kitchen. She gets it right back to Bertrand and off the glass for 2.
That's a little old school give and go. Feed the post, cut to the basket. Right back inside to Paul for another 2.
She's getting good position down low, and they're finding it.
Good cross-court pass. Lumberjills in transition. Good ball movement by the Lumberjills. Only thing, you want your post player to turn and look at the basket. Not sure if she's open or not. You might have an open shot. Paul is definitely not shy.
No, and she's getting good looks.
And she's getting good looks. All right, if I'm the coach for the Lumberjills, you gotta just, hey, keep shooting.
Yeah, watch her doing warm-ups, and she's got a good-looking shot.
The interesting thing is you're talking about 2 schools that the gyms are identical, so it's almost like you could almost say it's like a home game for both teams.
Yep. in traffic. Paul grabs the rebound, tries to go up with it, can't get it. Out of bounds on Berwick. So Lumberjacks will get it again under their own goal.
Good post position, but she's got to see where she is in regards to the basket. She was under the basket. Take a step back, same pass, it's an easy layup.
Yeah, close to picking that one off is Bertrand. That opens up a three-pointer. No good. Kitchen sends the outlet to the outside. A little bit of contact, no call. It'll stay with Berwick.
I think that's actually a good no call there. They're both going up for the ball. You want to try to get a little bit of flow into the game. That's going to be a foul on number 5, it looks like.
Phillips trying to stay with Bertrand, which is a tough task in itself.
Right. You just got to keep your hands off or be a little bit sneakier.
Boy, just split the defense right there for a little underhand scoop shot.
You can definitely see why Bertrand's averaging 24 points a game.
And now, an unforced error for the Lumberjacks. So maybe a couple baskets can rattle this Lumberjack team and get Berwick back in.
Looking to be a team's a game of runs so far. Lumberjacks score a few straight, then Bertrand gets the Panthers on the board.
Yeah, looking for Colbert, couldn't hang on to it. Ball's all over the place. Patterson comes up with it.
I believe that's a kick ball. Timeout, Patterson. 30-second timeout.
Well, Tony, we've seen a little bit of this game. We looked at Patterson. It looks like they've got a good offensive mindset. They get a good job of passing the ball and a good job of getting it down low to Paul.
Definitely. They've taken their time. It looks like, it almost looks like they're trying to shorten the game a little bit. Take a little bit more deliberate possession and then try to, say, okay, Bertrand, we know you're a good player, but we're going to try to make you have to beat, we're going to make somebody else on the team, on the Lady Panther team, try to beat us.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to talk about with Bertrand is somebody else is going to have to help.
Right.
In order for Berwick to have a chance to win. I've never seen one beat 5 before.
Good deliberate offense by Patterson. But, and Berwick's doing a good job.
Good block by Kitchen, straight up and down. Able to deflect the ball, send Bertrand, a little spin move. Got caught too far under the goal.
Oh.
Right, and they throw it away.
It's going to be an over and back.
Just not protecting the basketball too much here in the first quarter, and that cost them several possessions here.
It looks like Zaire Gore, a sophomore, checking in for the Lumberjills.
I like the way they introduced the ball to the top of the key, and then she looks down.
Just got a little unsafe with the ball.
Bertrand dribbles one side to the other, finally gives it up. And travel call on Colbert.
Well, we got to hope that this is maybe some rivalry jitters, Boo, to where both teams are trying to push a little bit, which is causing the multiple turnovers. Hopefully, both teams will settle down a little bit. You want to get a good shot every time down.
Back to Paul, turn, set shot off the glass, no good. Colbert takes it down and off she's running. She'll get the call, block against the Lumberjacks.
Is that 12?
Yes. No messing around right there. Colbert came down with the rebound, left-handed dribble the length of the court and able to draw the foul. 6-4 outscore, 1:39 to go here in the first quarter. Bertrand heads for the goal, gets the foul. She'll go to the line for 2.
That's a second on Phillips, a 4th team foul for the Lumberjills. That could be a problem. You don't want to get into the bonus, and you're sending the Panthers to the line for freebies every time.
Able to convert on the first. Second one up and good, and we're all tied. Berwick got off to a slow start. They've worked their way back, and now we're all tied up at 6. Throw it around the horn once again. This time, shot top the key off the iron. Good hustle by Colbert. Brought down by Hughes. They'll find Bertrand on the breakaway. She won't get the bucket, but she will get the foul. And that was a good pickup by Hughes. Rebound and got it out to Bertrand on the fast break.
That's Lyle's second foul, so you've got 2 Patterson starters with 2 fouls with 1:13 to go in the first quarter. That's definitely something that can be a cause for concern. Lyle, just a freshman for the Lumberjills.
And Bertrand's taking advantage of opportunities at the line.
She's got all 7 points for the Panthers, and Paul has all 6 points for the Lumberjills.
4 for 4 from the line.
Look for the Lumberjills to get back to that, get the ball inside. And as I say that, I think they're listening to me, Boo, because every time I say they're going to go inside, they'll fire up a 3 from outside. Might have got away with a walk there.
Kinchin fighting for it down low, taken away.
Good steal by Spain. Kicks it ahead. Lyle does a good job saving it.
Look. Good hustle by Fitter. And Berwick calls a timeout.
Well, what happens there, you understand what the Patterson player was thinking. It's going to be a back court, but you can't just let the ball still be loose. The Fitter with Berwick had made a heads-up play, was going to go get a cheap layup. So, you want to just grab that ball and take. It's going to be a turnover either way. You grab it, set it up, and give your defense some time to set up.
Yeah, Berwick calls a timeout right there, basically to save themselves a possession here at the end of the first quarter. And as always, Tony, one of the toughest picks of every ball game is who's going to be the core physical therapy player of the game.
Well, right now, I'm going to go, and of course, it's way, way too early. But from the scoreboard perspective, you got Randall and Paul with 6 points for the Lumberjills and Jaleesa Bertrand with 8 for the Panthers. So, hopefully we can get a few more of these ladies involved in the game. It's fun to watch a one-on-one matchup, but it's not. There's 8 other people out there. We want to get a few other names in the newspaper tomorrow. 30 seconds. It'll be interesting to see if Berwick plays for the last shot here.
Yeah, and the location Berwick's taken out is one of the tougher spots to take the ball out.
Not a place where you normally practice an inbounds play, too. You normally do sideline and under the goal.
Colbert dribbles it off the foot. Goes to the Lumberjacks. They're running the break off the glass and good. Tough shot. Left side of the court off the glass with the right hand. And we have
12 seconds.
Spain in the scoring column. Bertrand again taking it to the hoop, drawing the foul.
Foul on Randall and Paul. That's their 6th.
Yeah, that's just good basketball. Instead of settling for a difficult outside shot, she's been able to go to the rim.
Yeah, the only thing I would say in that, Boo, is she was a little out of control. And when that offensive player's out of control, as a defensive player, you don't want to let them off the hook. Just kind of let them be out of control. It looked like she was going to take an off-balance shot. The percentages aren't quite as good there. Instead, she gets 2 free throws. She's proven she can make those.
Solid from the line. Team swap buckets, 10-8. Inside 5 seconds should be the final shot of the first quarter. Inside to Paul, batted away by Hughes. A desperation shot, no good, and a good first quarter between the Lumberjacks and the Panthers. With that, this is the A.J. Doman Automotive Family High School basketball game of the week.
You're watching the TV22 and A.J. Doman Automotive Family Game of the Week. Game of the Week is brought to you by A.J. Doman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, A.J. Doman Chevrolet Cadillac, Coastline Wealth Group, G&J Curbside, Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, and Allen's Communication.
And welcome back to Berwick High School. Boogers after alongside Tony Bobus. And Tony, what started off slow for Berwick has really turned around here late in the first quarter.
Yeah, Robardi's done a real good job of pushing the ball up the court, penetrating into the lane, drawing fouls. You know, Berwick's going to be in the bonus the whole second quarter. So, you know, that's a positive for Berwick. The coach from Patterson is going to be saying, all right, ladies, we need to not foul and make Berwick make some shots and make somebody other than 23 make a shot.
Yeah, got to figure a way to keep the ball out of 23 hands. She's been the difference for the Panthers, and there it is, another cheap foul. For the Lumberjacks, going to put her right on the line, and she's been perfect on the net.
Hey, 12. Red 12. 1 and 1. Come on, Tuff. 1 and 1.
I believe that's Lyle's third foul. Yeah, she's going to have to sit down.
One of them lazy fouls. You need to either move your feet or get out the way, but if you're going to olay them on the way through,
right,
that's going to be an easy call every time. Bertrand misses the front end, her first miss from the line tonight.
Fitter with a good defensive play.
Absolutely.
Right there.
Tries to get it out to Bertrand, unable to. It'll stay with Red.
Fitter's giving a good defensive effort here. She's putting a lot of pressure on the front court for the Lumberjills.
In the Paul, nothing's there. They'll go back to Phillip, try to reset it.
When you feed that ball inside, you need to try to look opposite. The defense doesn't have time to shift, and normally that backdoor wing is wide open. Good move by Spain.
Spain has that shot down pat, a little three-footer off the glass.
Another tie ball game.
Looked awkward the first time, but when you hit it 2 times in a row, it's all skill. Catching a lot of contact, no call. Doing a good job under the goal with the offensive rebound.
Phillips knocks it out for the Lumberjills. I'm gonna say a little bit of contact there, Boo. I thought Paul did a good job of going straight up. Maybe a little bit of body contact, but as an old post player, I like it. You got to have a little bit of contact inside, or you're not playing basketball.
Fitter has it, fires away. 3-pointer good.
So it looks like Patterson went to a boxing one or a diamond in one to get Robardi out of the offense, and Fitter steps up, gets the big 3.
Fitter's making her presence known on the defensive side also. Oh, that's just a dribble.
That's going to be a double dribble.
Phillips looked to make a pass, nothing was there, so she just put it back on the ground, gonna dribble it a few more times. Call was made.
Okay.
Checks out.
We have to maybe get a check at halftime. We don't have a number 13 for the Lumberjills, so we're going to call her 13 for now. It'll be interesting to see the Lumberjills. Good penetration by Robardi.
Yeah, good open shot right there. Went in and out.
Not a typical bounce you see at your home court. Normally that goes in.
Ball under the goal, doing the dirty work. Can't get it to fall. Yeah, off of Fitter's foot.
Yep.
Remain with the red.
I wasn't sure if he was going to see that. He was kind of looking to the other referee for a little guidance.
Yeah, there's no hesitation when Berwick's getting the rebound. They're looking to scramble down the court and sometimes a little too fast. Good screen on the outside. Span will fire away from 3 off the iron. Hughes with the rebound. And Bertrand will have a wide open layup for the Panthers.
Yeah, the Lumberjills really, when the ball goes up, they should be designating somebody to go run to 23 because that's where the ball's going. Panthers open up a 5-point lead. Not sure.
Yeah, it was a back to battle for the rebound there. They'll give it back to the Lumberjacks. Down 15-8 on a little bit of a drought. There's Spitter again, picks it off. Looking for Bertrand, she'll take it right to the hoop once again. Layup no good. And able to get in there and tie it up with a jump ball. Possession arrow will go to Patterson. Yeah, right-handed player coming in from the left-handed side in traffic.
Yeah, that's a tough play.
Yeah, that layup's not quite as easy.
Bitter again, just great job anticipating. She's a thorn in the side of Patterson right now.
Three-point attempt, hits nothing, goes out of bounds, and Berwick.
So Patterson has it looks like they're a little frustrated right now. The Berwick defense is kind of clamped down inside. They need to take their time and get it, keep pounding the ball inside like they have been.
Two girls with Bertrand trying to dribble through them. So what did they do? They had a third. Somebody else will have to put the ball in the hoop. It'll be shot from the outside, no good. Lumberjacks rebound.
Yep, that was a long three by Malvo. Good transition, but she stepped before she dribbled and turned it in.
Colbert checks back in. That's an additional ball handler.
Yeah. Patterson is definitely going with a boxing one mentality to just not let 23 touch the ball.
Fisher trying to figure out what he's going to call there. He says, no, I'm just going to say it's out of bounds. We'll give it to the Lumberjacks.
Just kind of an
unorthodox play.
Yeah.
It's hard to make a call either way, so he probably made the right call, just change possession.
Yeah, you don't want to. I don't think anyone deserved to be punished with a foul there, so I thought that was a pretty good call. Little.
Wow. He called a call out of position.
What was the call?
He called a charge. The official standing right at the spot made no call. That call came from half court. Try to see if we can see the replay right here. Good job by Colbert getting in front of the player. But the official right on the spot decided it wasn't enough contact. But the guy at half court said, I think it was.
Well, I can tell you, Boo, I love a kid that's going to take a charge. And I think that was a good play. But the guy in the striped jersey, tough time making that call from half court.
Kitchen did a good job getting that third effort right there on the rebound. Got it off the glass and good. 3:18 to go here in the second quarter. The Panthers on top of the Lumberjacks, 17-10. A game that has playoff implications. You look at the power ratings where Berwick sits just outside of 32, and then Patterson right behind him.
Yeah, and, got to feel like, Robardi, I'm sorry, you got to feel like Bertrand is just, she's acting like she wants to make the playoffs. So, it's going to be interesting to see the adjustments Patterson make during this timeout. They've got to get a shot every time down the court. Robardi's going to get, Bertrand's going to get her points. I think that's a given. So, to counter that, Patterson's got to make sure they get a good shot every time.
Look, and Patterson's getting some good shots, just not many going in.
Yeah.
That's the difference. And I've seen girls games where the first half you can't hit the broadside of a barn, and you come out in the second half you can't miss.
Yeah.
So a lot of basketball left remaining in this one. And we talked about Berwick needs somebody other than Bertrand to contribute. So you got Fitter fires away from three, gets a bucket. Kitchen doing a good job on the boards. And look, Hughes not a lot in the stat line, but she's doing enough in the game to really make a difference.
Definitely. Kitchen off the bench has just been a force inside. So, you know, you would think you might want to do a little two-man game. I guess, you know, politically correct, it'd be a two-woman game, you know, a little pick and roll with Kitchen and Bertrand.
I think to be politically correct, you don't even have to identify these days.
All right.
Contact on the inside. Call it on number 4. That'll be Colbert.
Well, that's the second team foul for Berwick.
Look at Berwick, no press. They're getting back. They're packing the zone, a little 2-3. Kitchen and Hughes, Colbert on the backside, and that's where the damage is done is with Fitter.
Great job on the defensive anticipation. You just can't throw it right back to the Lumberjacks.
Three-pointer outside. Paul with the rebound. She'll draw the foul on Kitchen and go to the line. First shot up, no good.
They got to get a bucket here. It's been you know, Lumberjacks only have 2 points in the second quarter. They've got to break that seal on the rim. Good hustle.
Gets it back to Bertrand. Bertrand goes to work. Call a carry on the Lumberjacks. Ball had a well of a block from Kitchen. Ball hand right on top of the ball. Typically you'd get a quick jump ball called on that. They
decided to let him play.
Fitter from the outside, three-pointer. What a good-looking shot by Fitter.
She's 2 for 2 from the arc. All right, she might be 2 for 3. I think she may have taken one. Fitter's doing a great job on the defensive side.
Now trying to answer. No good. Hughes on the rebound. She needs to be careful. Already got several fouls.
Yeah. Pick up your 4th one. Good chance you're going to be sitting until the middle of the 4th quarter.
See if Fitter will go for a heat check. Nice job turning and heading towards the goal as Colbert picks up a foul. Berwick looking good here in the first half. Really looks like they understand what they're trying to do offensively.
Yeah, and you know, Patterson looked like they were going to try to come out early and set the tempo, and Berwick has just done a really good job of pushing the ball, turn the ball over a little bit, but you know, you shoot them, get it up there enough times, it's going to go in a few times. I think Berwick's done a pretty good job of limiting their turnovers in the second half.
Second shot, no good. Bertrand able to get over there. It's called out on the Lumberjacks. So
it looked like Harris might have tweaked her ankle there a little bit. Hopefully she's okay.
You know, it's all these extra possessions that make a difference over the course of a game.
That's right.
Hughes puts it on the floor. And they'll call it travel on Bertrand.
I don't know if she traveled. You know, she came to the ground. She fell to the ground, but you know, normally when you fall to the ground, as long as you don't move, you typically don't get called for that.
Ball tipped by Bertrand. It'll remain with the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, Spain's going to have to penetrate and cause those front defenders to kind of collapse in. They're just waiting on her to pass the ball one way or the other and jump in the passing lane. Good anticipation by the Panthers.
Good looking shot there off the iron. Tie up in the middle by Hughes. And this possession will go to the Panthers. Anytime you bring that ball below the shoulders, they got a lot of arms coming at you.
Yep. The term we used to use is you want to chin it. You want to get that ball right there under your chin. When you get it to the waist, that's when the hands come flying.
Bertrand finds Kitchen, tries to get it to walked off.
Surprised Lyle still in the game with 3 fouls. You know, definitely don't want to pick up a 4th foul right at the end of the half.
Patterson just went ice cold offensively.
Yeah, tough quarter. And then, you know, Berwick's done a good job. Fitter's done a good job of hitting those wide open threes. Hughes checks out. Malvo checks in.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to help the Lumberjacks to get hit a few shots, because if not, that defense is going to get tighter and tighter on the inside.
There's no reason to go out and guard you if you're not going to make the shot.
Up 10, Fitter chases down another one. Colbert has it, 25 seconds to go in the half. 3-pointer, Bertrand, nothing. Kitchen with the rebound off the glass, and good.
Berwick starting to pull away.
Second chance buckets for Berwick. Nice job in traffic is Phillips. And that'll do it here in the first quarter, which started off as a slow start for the Panthers. They catch fire. They're on top of the Lumberjacks, 22-12. We'll be back to give you some halftime stats here on the A.J. Doman Automotive Family High School basketball game of the week.
You're watching the TV22 and A.J. Doman Automotive Family Game of the Week. Game of the Week is brought to you by A.J. Doman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Discover the difference at the foot of the bridge in Berwick. A.J. Doman Chevrolet Cadillac, the dealership that works for you. Stop by for a test drive. Highway 182 in Berwick. Coastline Wealth Group, more than financial planning, a partner who takes pride in helping you succeed. CoastlineWealthGroup.com. Life well planned. GJCurbside.com, your complete online grocery store, including local and regional products. Check our website for delivery options. From our curb to yours, G&J Curbside. Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, here to restore the quality of life you deserve. And Allen's Communications, locally owned cable, internet, and phone service, 384-8335. You're watching the TV22 and AJ Doman Automotive Family Game of the Week. Game of the Week is brought to you by AJ Doman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, AJ Doman Chevrolet Cadillac, Coastline Wealth Group, G&J Curbside, Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, and Balance Communication.
And welcome back for the second half of high school girls action. The Lumberjills taking on the Lady Panthers. Booger's there alongside Tony Bobuck. Tony, tell me about the first half.
Well, it's You know, it's been the Bertrand and Fitter show for the Lady Panthers. Bertrand has done a real good job handling the ball, pushing the tempo. Fitter in the second half got quite hot, knocked down 2 threes, and you know, the Lumberjills started strong and then just really kind of got. It looked like there was a lid on the basket for them in the first half. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, with changing sides of the court, if they can get a couple of shots to fall.
Well, Lumberjills coach talking about playing with energy. They started off trying to extend the pressure. Berwick played the complete opposite game of packing in a zone. The difference is the Lumberjills are getting shots, they're just not going in.
Right. Well, and that, you know, if your game plan was to three-quarter court press, well, the only way you can set up that press is to score. And by not scoring, it's not allowing them to kind of set their tempo for the game. So, you know, look to see who made the better halftime adjustments, and you know, the Lumberjills need to get on a little run here to start the third quarter, or this could get out of hand a little quick.
Well, 10 points is nothing here, especially if you could hit a few threes from the outside. Spain takes it in the middle, throws it up off the iron.
Good rebound by Colbert there. Coast to coast.
And gets the foul. I'm watching her dribble down the left side with such proficiency. She's got to be left-handed.
Well, that's we can confirm or deny that here on the free throw there, Boo.
Yeah, puts a two-handed shot up. That's tough.
Boo, I'm gonna say the jury's still out on that. As old Yogi Berra used to say, she might be amphibious.
That
makes the second.
Good.
You know, there are some people, you know, they're out there, Boo, guys that throw the ball left-handed and bat right-handed. You know, maybe she's one of those dribble left-handed, shoot right-handed. Another turnover by the Lumberjills. Now this does allow them to set up their press.
And the one lady press breaker, Bertrand, she'll take it all the way to the hoop, put up the running one-hander, no good.
Good rebound by Paul there.
Yeah, better discipline there. A lot of times they'll just throw it, guard it or not. That time she waited for someone to come open. And here comes a breakaway layup by Bertrand. She waits for the defense. Don't engage. 3 fouls by Lyall, and Bertrand puts in the bucket.
Yeah, Lumberjills got to find a way to put the ball in the basket here.
Air ball rebounded by Hughes. Adds to her totals.
Yeah, Harris missed an easy putback opportunity. Lyle's got to be careful. Going to pick up a fourth. Bertrand with a little running one-hander.
Yeah, a little NBA style. Lumberjills come out firing.
Good outlet pass.
A underhand scoop.
Good outlet pass by Hughes. Just Bertrand couldn't, a little out of control.
Bertrand from the outside fires a 3, trying to put the dagger in the scoreboard. Goes off the iron into out of bounds to the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, I think, Boo, you can definitely see the sense of urgency with the Lady Panthers. They know what's at stake, and you know, they're trying to sneak into the playoffs. You just got to question, you know, do the Lumberjills have enough gas in the tank to cut the lead here?
Yeah, listen to the coach at halftime talk about playing with energy, and what he's talking about is you're having girls wide open on the fast break, and that's just not getting back. They're trying to extend the pressure. They're trying to cause some havoc, and Bertrand has just done a good job by herself breaking the press with the dribble.
Yep. Looks like Kinchin might be. I don't know if she's hurt. I don't know if she may have rolled her ankle or something. She's trying to catch her breath there on the sideline. She's done a good job on rebounding for the Panthers.
Ball in play, ball in play.
Both sides of the court, offensively and defensively. Put her with Hughes down low. They control that. You got Fitter causing havoc from her wing position.
It's going to be interesting to see what the Jills do out of this timeout. What they do to get a.
There's a sharpshooter, just can't seem to get it to go down. And that's what the Panthers need to do, limit them to one shot.
Yep. If the Panthers limit them to one shot and, you know, the shooting woes continue. Now, the one thing is, though, you know, the Jills are getting wide open threes. If they do start to fall, that will get you back in the game pretty quick. Good job penetrating. It looks like Hughes is going to pick up that foul.
Yeah, Phillips did a good job initiating that contact, forcing the referee to do something.
But here's the thing. You got two freebies. You got to make, you know, this is almost like two positives for the Jills here. You get a chance to score with the clock stopped. Hopefully set up your press.
First shot good. And as always, Tony, you get into the fourth quarter down 10 points or more. The averages of coming back from that is tough.
Yeah, you've either got to get just fire hot and cause a lot of turnovers, or you know it becomes an insurmountable lead.
So 1 out of 2 free throws made, and they'll face the fast break once again from Bertrand. Gets contact, throws up the one-hander off the board, no good, and she'll go to the line.
If that foul was on Paul, I can tell you what, Bertrand just got a feel for getting to the basket. I mean, she's got that knack. She drew the contact. Looked like she was almost going to get the and one. Makes the first one. Extends the lead to 15. Just no answer right now from the Jills from a scoring perspective.
And converting at a high rate from the line.
Well, and you know, the Panthers are doing a good job. They're packing in that 2-3 zone, not fouling, and just saying, hey, you know, Jills, you got to make a shot. And the Jills haven't been able to do that. I was hoping I would jinx her in the right way. You know, telling them they hadn't made a shot and then finally fall for them.
Colbert got it, loses it, gets it back, and puts it in. And
Nice.
Everything's going the Panthers' way.
Nice play. You know, that's the other thing that kind of happens. The ball just kind of bounces your way when you're playing good with good effort. Another rebound by Hughes.
Yeah, Jackson over from the three-point line. Little hesitation, step right there, and back off the glass. And no good. A little Wilder shot right there.
Oh, Harris does a good job seeing the court. This goes through, I'm sorry, that was Phillips. Goes through Harris's hands. So if you're the Panthers here, you want to keep the clock moving. You want to get good shots.
Yeah, and that's an N1 right there. And you know, Tony, looking at the pressure that the Lumberjacks are putting, if you're going to break the press that easy off the dribble, I'm not really sure that that's what you want to do press.
Right.
Because now you got Bertrand one-on-one with your post player.
Well, and if you're going to press, you want to make sure that Bertrand doesn't get the ball.
Free throw good, converts to three-point play. This game is officially out of hand.
Good drive by Bertrand again. She's just kind of taking over.
Shuffling of the feet, travel.
And another turnover by the Jills. Jills started off strong in the first quarter and just could not keep that momentum.
Look at this dribbling expedition. Looking for Malvo down low. Paul's there to put pressure on us. Big pile up under the goal. They'll call a quick timeout. Not timeout, quick jump ball.
Jump ball. Possession area is going to stay here with the Panthers.
Back to their playmaking. Bertrand, a reach and a foul. As you see this lead getting bigger and bigger, you wonder if the Panthers have the ability to slow the ball down. It looks like their pace is their pace.
Yeah, and that's okay in this situation when you're up by 21, but that could be trouble in a 3-4 point ball game.
Contact on the ground goes Critter. They'll call it a travel. I think that's a good makeup call for the walk they didn't call.
The previous play. 21-point lead for the Panthers. I've seen crazier things happen, Boo, but the Gills are just going to have to really get to the point where they're almost going to have to score every possession. Foul on Hughes. Her second.
She'll come take a rest. Kitchen will check in for a good substitution there with 2:47 to go here in the third.
Good to see Kitchen back in the game. It looked like she may have had an injury earlier.
Yeah, Paul goes back to work. We hadn't seen that in quite a long while. Get it at the low post and off the glass and good. Good hustle, good turnover. And there's Fitter again, finds the loose ball. We'll talk about a scramble play. That's one there. Bertrand looks up, past Colbert. Colbert off the glass, and good. A good find right there by Bertrand, and that's why the coach always preaches, keep your head up.
Keep your head up. That's right. Kind of a scattered play there with the ball just kind of going all over the place, and then falls into Berwick's hands, and Colbert's right there under the basket.
Yeah, that time Colbert called on the foul, aggressively going in for the rejection.
That's her second, team third. Yeah, you definitely don't want to foul here. You got a good lead, but you can't fault good aggressive defense. Phillips makes the first. Cuts the lead to 20. So here, Boo, when if the free throw's made, if I'm the Lumberjills, I'm running somebody to 23 as soon as the ball's in play. I'm not going to let her touch it. Now they're going to call that out. Right now, I mean, if she goes to the bench, I'm sending somebody to the bench with her. Because when she gets the ball in her hands, I mean, she's just...
Yeah, she's too much. They don't have a player on the court that can guard her. Right now for the Lumberjills, it doesn't matter what offensive play you call. If you're not making shots, it's hard to
it's hard to
compete.
It's hard to do anything else. That's going to be a foul on Kitchen. First second. Phillips going to the line to shoot two. Yeah, but if you're Berwick, hey, even back off a little bit. If you want to make it, make it. But just, keep that clock moving.
Just not a good night at the free throw line either. So when your shot is cold, your shot is cold.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where it comes from. And it's collectively. It's not like you got one hot person, couple cold, you find the hot shooter.
And unfortunately, a lot of times, that they say shooting is contagious, and unfortunately, it's both ways. When the shots are falling, then everybody feels like they can make them. But boy, when the shot's not falling, that goal just starts getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
And more free throws coming up.
All right, Boo. Looks like we got the another doubleheader next week. The Assumption Mustangs versus the Morgan City Tigers. Another doubleheader. The girls will be at 6, and the boys to follow immediately after.
Yeah, KWBJ Sports exclusive. That'll be our last basketball game of the year, so we were very fortunate during this COVID time to be able to bring you some live broadcasts of high school sports here in our area.
Well, again, you know, Boo, I've been fortunate enough. This is the 3rd game that I've done, and I just think this is a really great thing for these kids. You know, we've watched football. You know, I've watched you call football games and watch these high school games for years. But to bring basketball in, and hopefully, you know, maybe we can bring a little baseball in the springtime. You know, I just think this is a great deal for these kids to be able to have this, you know, on record.
Bertrand trying to get it down the court. She'll find Colbert. Colbert, a little dipsy-do off the, not even off the rim.
Good rebound by 13. We weren't able to get her name at halftime, so she did knock down both of those free throws.
Spain no good. Phillips runs it down. In the lane again, a little out of control. She'll take the contact and go back to the line. Jackson's still giving it their all. They just can't find the bottom of the bucket.
Just can't get it to fall.
And just think, the game started 6-0. Patterson, you were thinking, how can Berwick stay in the game? And then when the Lumberjacks went cold, the rest was history.
Lumberjacks went cold, and Bertrand took over.
Katie Lusto checks in for Berwick. Pieces of Berwick, you know what Malvo did defensively, hustle-wise. You know, can't say enough about Fitter and Hughes. Kitchen, the big girl down low, helping out, which is the bulk of the team, Bertrand and Colbert. So every role player did their role tonight and extended their lead 38-18 as we near the end of the 3rd quarter.
Bertrand dribbles right through the press, knocks it down.
Trying to decide if it's called indefensible or undefensible.
Hard to guard.
Absolutely. That's the end of the 3rd quarter, folks. Berwick came out, did what it needed to do out of halftime. They've extended their lead 40-18. We'll be back with more high school basketball here on the A.J. Doman Automotive Family High School Game of the Week.
You're watching the TV22 and A.J. Doman Automotive Family Game of the Week. Game of the Week is brought to you by A.J. Doman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, A.J. Doman Chevrolet Cadillac, Coastline Wealth Group, G&J Curbside, Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, and Allen's Communication.
I got it on the team foul.
Booker's after alongside of Tony Buboff. We're here in Berwick. Berwick Panthers taking on the Patterson Lumberjacks. The first of 2. This is the girls. We're heading to the boys right after this one. And surprised at the score 40-18.
Yeah, you know, just Patterson's had a tough time putting the ball in the basket, and Bertrand has just been, you know, she averages 24 points a game. She's kind of just been herself with some help from Fitter and Kinchin on you know, with the scoring, and Patterson just can't find the basket.
No, and this is a very meaningful game for both teams. You know, late season game, playoff implications.
Hughes picks up the foul there. That's her 3rd.
When we take a look at the power rankings, a win right here might find yourself inside the playoff bracket, which was 32 teams.
That's right. And, Patterson really needed this game to put themselves in position to get into position to make the playoffs. It's going to be tough from this point. But I think, I got to believe that, depending on what the 32 and 31 teams do, that you got to feel like Berwick's done what they had to do tonight. The one thing I'm doing, Boo, if I'm the coach from Berwick right now, I am just stressing, do not foul. Because the Lumberjills are in the bonus, so every foul they're going to get to shoot free throws, and every time that gives them an opportunity to score with the clock stop.
Yeah, and you need a 20-point quarter for Patterson when they hadn't had but 19 over 3 quarters.
Right, right. And you don't want to give them that opportunity. If you shoot a bunch of free throws, you're giving them the opportunity to potentially get back into the game.
Spitter fires away off the iron, no good.
Look for the Jills to really push the ball now. You've got to have.
Tough shot right there, running hard left, throwing it to your right.
Bertrand.
A little dipsy do.
Oh.
Lyle with the rebound.
Good move there. Surprised that one didn't go down. Just about everyone she shot before that has.
Yeah, Phillips takes it right into Kitchen and draws the foul.
Well, it's obvious, Boo, that they can't hear us. They're not watching on YouTube, but boy, come on, ladies, 21-point lead. Let them shoot it.
Yeah, that'll help right there. Get a point off with the clock not running. Phillip hits the first at the front end.
And this is where you got to, 20-point lead. You got to. If you're the Panthers, you got to start working on game management skills. And part of that is protecting the lead and not giving those easy opportunities to your opponent.
And we talked about the last time we covered the Panthers, the condition that Bertrand has to be in. She touches the ball every single time down, and it's a full court sprint.
Yeah, and has not come out the game. I'm guessing she might be a cross-country runner as well because, she just has a motor that doesn't stop.
Traveling against the Lumberjacks. Bertrand finds Kitchen, no good. Bitter running it down in the corner, has pressure, and Berwick calls a timeout from the sideline. So 5:51 to go here in the fourth quarter. Berwick has doubled up the Lumberjacks. It's 40-20. Gary, when you look at the district record, Patterson does have a victory in district. They're 1-3. The Panthers looking for their first victory of the year in district play.
Well, Boo, I'm not going to hold this against you because you've been talking to G's Keys. You've been talking to the legend Gary Hover for many, many years. So, but Berwick's put themselves in a prime position to hopefully make a playoff run here.
Yeah, one of the reasons I call you Gary is because Gary been texting me telling us how good a job we're doing.
Well, that's I can tell you to come close to living up to the fine effort that he's done over the years. If that kind of made my night there. So what do you think about the boys' game, Boo? I can tell you, I participated in a couple of these rivalry games on both sides as a player and a coach at Berwick and as a coach at Patterson. So, what do you think is going to happen here?
I got a chance to see Patterson play Morgan City on your broadcast just a few weeks ago, and I can see they can extend the court. Got a lot of athleticism. Berwick's going to have to be able to defend that rush early.
Yep.
You know, and if they could defend that early and still be in the game midway through the first quarter, and that's when this rivalry turns into anybody's game.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be a battle of tempos.
I haven't seen every one of the games that Berwick played, but I can guarantee you this have to rank up there as one of their more complete ball games.
Yeah, I would say so. You know, just from a complete team effort. And like you said, it was some of the, you know, the role players. You know, I don't know that that's a good term as a role player, because you know you have to do all aspects of the game. You have to rebound, you have to pass. You know, it's not just scoring the basketball. And I think you know, while it's been the Bertrand show on the scoreboard, it's been a good team effort by the entire Lady Panther team.
Yeah, when you look at the Patterson team, minus Paul, who's a senior, everybody else freshman, sophomore, junior. So
yeah,
these girls will be back.
Yeah, I mean, you got to feel like, you know, just kind of a snowball effect. And then the other thing is when the ball's not going in, you start to kind of push yourself, and you start to pressure, and it just compounds the issue.
Phillips on the rebound. She gets in the middle of the crowd, negotiates through the arms, and puts the ball in the hole. Yeah, that's a good defensive play right there by Lyle. She just kind of forced Bertrand right out of bounds.
Yeah. It just looks like it's just going to be a case of just a little bit too little, too late for the Lumberjills.
Off the glass by Spain, and a couple of those will make a difference. And right here, Malvo tries to set the pick, and she was moving. They'll call the foul against her. Hopefully the Lumberjill player in Spain is okay.
That should be free throws.
Yeah, 15-point game. You know, you hit a couple of threes, that score can start shrinking, and all of a sudden the Panthers start tightening up a little bit.
So if the call was a block, and the Lumberjills are in the bonus, shouldn't they have been shooting a 1-and-1 now?
If they were in the bonus, that's the key.
I have them in the bonus. Maybe I missed that one. Good inbound play, just can't get the easy one to fall.
That looked like a backdoor. I know we ain't in the greatest of position.
And I think she might have pulled up just in time. And we got confirmation from the eye in the sky that it wasn't backcourt.
Yeah, Bertrand just dribbling around, got the 4 defenders on her, and able to get the call. Berwick will take it out of bounds on the baseline. 3:44 to go here in the final quarter. And Berwick up on top by 15.
Good heady play by Bertrand right there. Gets the rebound, on the ground, calls timeout. Saves your possession right there.
When you look across the parish, Tony, especially in the boys division, Franklin, great year of high school basketball. Central Catholic's holding their own. Morgan City's played in phases, you know. They went against the same Patterson team we're going to see today, had them for 3 quarters, and all of a sudden the game gets away from them. But all of these teams look like they are going to be awarded with a playoff spot.
Right, and that's you know, it's a good thing for the parish, you know, with Franklin in 2A and Patterson in 3A and Central Catholic in Division 4, you know, haven't been able to see, you know, Patterson, Morgan City, Central. You know, I think the biggest key is there's a lot of young players on these teams. You know, I think Central Catholic doesn't have a senior. Patterson only has a couple of seniors. Morgan City only has a couple of seniors. I think what you're seeing right now in the parish Parish is kind of a youth movement. So it's going to be real interesting to see 2 years from now when all those kids that are freshmen and sophomores or juniors and seniors, if they can, make a little noise and get to that top 28, which is what every high school kid dreams of going to play.
Colbert has it at the free throw line, puts it up with a little two-handed push, and good. So the good news is KWBJ Sports is allowing people that may have not gotten a chance to see high school girls basketball see what these talented girls are all about.
Well, I think the really cool thing is these kids have got friends, families, and relatives that may live in the area, may not, but because of the current situation, it's tough to get out to the ball game. So to be able to watch it streaming, is just it's a great thing for the kids.
Lyons misses a running one-hander, gets the rebound, puts it back, no good. Hughes is on the ground with the ball. Ends up in Paul's hands for a nice little 5-footer. And good. Hughes adjusts her knee brace. 2:31 on the clock, 42-27.
Colbert with a good drive.
A good dish to Kitchens. Kitchens standing under the goal saying, give me some.
Well, and I think you're going to see, they're going to have to get to the point to make any noise in the playoffs. You play a playoff team, they're going to take Bertrand out of the game at some point. You've got to be able to have somebody else that can handle the ball. So this is a good opportunity for Berwick to work.
They find Kitchen again. She's looking for an outlet. That's Fitter. Fitter throws it up. Off the rim, no good. Lyons goes coast to coast. Draws the foul. She'll go back to the line. Into the fourth quarter. Tony, always time where we start thinking about the core physical therapy and sports performance player of the game, and we can't get past number 23, who's done it all tonight.
Yeah, number 23, Jalasia Bertrand, just did a great job putting the ball in the basket. And just, she's the point guard. She's leading the team, leading scorer, and, did a good job of keeping some of her teammates involved as well.
A one-lady press break.
Yes.
And here she comes again. 1-on-2, does a smart thing of pushing it back out, start to eat some of the clock.
Yeah, you wonder if they're gonna.
She'll just dribble it out.
She may just dribble out.
Yeah, that was not a good play by Fitter. She went out trying to set the pick, drew the contact. That'll stop the clock, and the ball will go back over to the Lumberjacks. Yeah, I think if they wanted to, Bertrand could have just kept it the whole time.
Right. And she's, right on her average tonight, actually a little bit over. She's averaging 24 points a game. She's at 25 right now.
Well, Lyons finally strikes from the three-point line. She's got a good-looking shot. Didn't fall tonight, but you can tell she's going to be something over the next 3 years.
Yeah, cut, 11-point lead.
Hughes to Colbert. Colbert takes it in the middle of the red jerseys, and they'll get Fitter with the reach. Couple cheap fouls, and all of a sudden you put the Lumberjills on the line.
Yeah, and
down 11.
This could get to a single-digit lead here.
Yeah, you don't foul. It'd take them 10 seconds of offense to try to get another shot off.
That's right.
That free throw good. And now here we're in the waning moments of the fourth quarter, and now everything Patterson's throwing up going in. 10-point game trying to get it to single digits. Got the rebound, put up, and good, and the timeout called by Patterson as they got it down to 8 with 38 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, and this is where, you know, from a tempo perspective, Berwick was kind of coming down and not spending a whole lot of time running their offense, and you know, it could come back to haunt you right here. You know, it's 8 points with 38 seconds. That's a tall task, Boo, but it's 38 seconds is 38 seconds. You know, you got to feel like Patterson's going to foul here quickly. They still, what I'm showing is that they still have 2 more fouls before they get into bonus. So they can be very aggressive trying to steal the ball. If it's a foul, no harm. Do it again, and then you know, maybe get a turnover. If not, then you're just gonna have to get them to the line and hopefully get them to miss a free throw.
Yeah, if you can prevent this ball to go to Bertrand, then you got a chance for a turnover, because the next girl's going to throw it, and that ball could go anywhere.
That's right.
They get it to Colbert.
Always
their second outlet. She's scrambling to the outside, waiting for the call. And they'll say it stays with Berwick. That's a good break there for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's a big break for the Panthers.
Hughes will throw to Colbert. Sometimes it's hard to run that clock.
And
now they finally get it to Bertrand.
Then the Jills won't foul.
Yeah, she got the foul right here at midcourt. And that's not the one you want to foul, because she's deadly from the free throw line. But they're not in the 1-and-1 yet.
Not in the 1-and-1 yet, so I've got one more foul before they're in the bonus. And see, that's to Berwick's advantage every second where you're not fouling them.
Yeah, they get the double dribble call, but they should have been fouling immediately.
Yeah, I mean, when Berwick took the ball out, there was 38 seconds. You know, you had 24 seconds and no, you know, one foul. Especially now if you make a three. That's gonna probably do it.
Yep. Big effort late in the fourth quarter. Not enough for the Lumberjills, and the Panthers will come away with a key district win. And better than that, puts them in pretty good position to try to make a run at the state playoff.
Yep.
So we'll take a timeout, folks, and be back to wrap this up. There you see our final score, 44-36 Panthers.
You're watching the TV22 and AJ Doman Automotive Family Game of the Week. Game of the Week is brought to you by AJ Doman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Discover the difference at the foot of the bridge in Berwick. AJ Doman Chevrolet Cadillac, the dealership that works for you. Stop by for a test drive. Highway 182 in Berwick. Coastline Wealth Group, more than financial planning, a partner who takes pride in helping you succeed. CoastlineWealthGroup.com. Life well planned. GJCurbside.com, your complete online grocery store, including local and regional products. Check our website for delivery options. From our curb to yours, G&J Curbside. Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, here to restore the quality of life you deserve. And Allen's Communications, locally owned cable, internet, and phone service, 384-8335.
And welcome back to wrap this one up. 44-36, big win by the Lady Panthers over the Lumberjills. Booger Zaff alongside Tony Bobuff. And, you know, Patterson came out late and made it a game. But just really, the offensive side couldn't make a shot tonight, and that was the difference.
Yeah, definitely the difference in the ball game. You know, Berwick had a 20-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and then, you know, Patterson finally gets a few shots to fall. Berwick's temp doesn't control the tempo as well as they should have, and turns out to be a much closer game on the scoreboard than it really was. Got some scores here for Patterson. Leading scorer was Randall and Paul with 12 points, and then Zori Spain behind her with 9. And then for Berwick, obviously the core player of the week, Jalasia Bertrand with 25, and then Bronwyn Colbert came on with 7 points in the second half alone to help propel the Panthers to victory.
Yeah, Bertrand's as good as it gets. She was a difference maker here tonight. But on Berwick's side, you look at the role players. Fitter hit a couple threes. Kitchen did a good job down low. Hughes actually was a terror on the board. Malvo did a good job defensively. Colbert helped out on the ball handling. When they did keep it away from Bertrand, she was able to get it down. So they played a complete game here tonight.
Overall, a good team effort by the Lady Panthers. And hey, when you're fighting for the playoffs, that's what you got to do. I mean, you've got to come out with a sense of urgency every single night, and the Lady Panthers definitely did that tonight.
And Bertrand did enough tonight to win her second core physical therapy player of the game. It's hard to deny her with the effort she made here tonight.
That's right, and she is definitely. I think there probably was a little bit of perception it might have been a one-man show tonight, but it definitely wasn't. I mean, she did her job. She put the ball in the basket, and like you said, the core, the role players did their jobs, and Lady Panthers come out on top.
Well, get your popcorn and your Coke, because coming up next, the boys take the court. Patterson, Berwick, a nice little rivalry between two schools, very close together. They're going to go at it here tonight, and anything can happen.
Look forward to that every, I can tell you all 4 years, in school and 10, 12 years as a coach, Boo, this is the game that you circled, you highlighted on your schedule. If you're playing for Berwick, you want to get out of here with a win. You want to spoil Patterson's season. If you're playing for Patterson, hey, you want to come into my rival's house and take care of business.
Tip-off is just 10 minutes away. We'll take a break. This is the A.J. Dolman Automotive Family High School Basketball Game of the Week.
Welcome to TV22 and the AJ Doman Automotive Family Game of the Week. Game of the Week is brought to you by AJ Doman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Discover the difference at the foot of the bridge in Berwick. AJ Doman Chevrolet Cadillac, the dealership that works for you. Stop by for a test drive. Highway 182 in Berwick. Coastline Wealth Group, more than financial planning, a partner who takes pride in helping you succeed. CoastlineWealthGroup.com. Life well planned. GJCurbside.com, your complete online grocery store, including local and regional products. Check our website for delivery options. From our curb to yours, G&J Curbside. Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, here to restore the quality of life you deserve. And Allen's Communications, Locally owned cable, internet, and phone service. 384-8335.
And welcome back to Berwick High School for our second of two. We just finished watching the Berwick Panthers defeat the Lumberjills in a key district matchup. And here we go again, another key matchup between the Patterson boys and the Berwick boys. Joining me as always, Tony Bobuff. Tony, you know these teams better than anybody. What can the fans focus on?
Well, I think this is going to be a big tempo challenge for the Panthers. You know, the Lumberjacks are going to look to push the ball. They're going to look to press. They're going to look to transition. You know, can Berwick control the tempo of the game? That's going to be the key. You know, Berwick wants a low-scoring game, and you know, the Lumberjacks want to light up the scoreboard.
Well, you look at the power rankings for boys. Patterson's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, Patterson at number 11. You know that you don't want to relax going into the end of the season, but you know, the thing you really got to look at this point is to try to position yourself for a deep playoff run. You know, at 11 you're guaranteed a home game, but you're not necessarily guaranteed a home game in the second round. So, you know, look for the Lumberjacks to really push the tempo and try to put this one out of reach early.
Yeah, we look at the starting lineups, and one thing that glares is the Berwick Panthers. They'll run 4 sophomores.
Yeah, you know, it's, again, a youth movement. So can they handle the pressure? So starting for Patterson, you got Tylen Walton, who's a junior. You got Kyler Pauls, a junior. Lewis Jones, a senior. Josiah Jennings, a sophomore. And Kendall Francois, a sophomore. For the Panthers, Brandon Chasson, Zach Gonzalez. Number 5, Jaden Milton. Number 13, Zane Griffin. And number 14, Cody Voisin.
Last time out as the KWBJ game of the week, Kyler Paul really made a difference in the second half to pull away from Morganton.
Really did. Took a game that was very close, and just with his defensive intensity, you know, really separated the Lumberjacks from the Tigers. So it's going to be interesting to see. You know, this is a potential letdown game for the Lumberjacks. You know, they're priming for the playoffs. The Panthers are building for next year. You know, this is they call it a look-over game. You better not look over, you know, especially when it's a rivalry like this.
Yeah, Berwick is going to be the beginning of this game. Can they withstand the onslaught that the Lumberjacks will come out and try to overwhelm them? If they can stand up for the first half of the first quarter, then they put them in position to really make this a game.
Yeah, the first 4 minutes is going to be the key for Berwick. You know, you have to survive that surge. And if you're Patterson, you're going to say, okay, let's not try to do too much. A couple of changes. It looks like Dedrick Gant starting for the Panthers, for the Lumberjacks.
Big crowd turned out for this one. Opening tip goes to the Lumberjacks, and we're underway.
That's Mark Hilliard also. Patterson shakes up the starting lineup a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of new faces there with Gunner and Walton. Gunner takes it off the iron. Rebound goes to Williams.
Good start for the Panthers. You know, it looks like they're going to try to pack the zone in, kind of similar to what in the girls' game, and make Patterson beat them from the outside.
Three-pointer outside, air ball. Rebound Lumberjacks.
That was Williams on the 3.
Gunner gets inside off the glass and good. Lumberjacks start off the score, and they're up 2-0.
Come out in the 2-1-2 full court press. Got to get the ball out of that corner.
That was a change of pivot foot. Started off on his right, ended up on his left.
And then crosses half court, Boo. And then, you know, when you cross half court and pick up your dribble, especially in the corner, you bring in 2 additional defenders that can't even move, the half court and the sideline.
Three-pointer from the outside looked easy. Walton, nothing but the bottom. 5-0 early, Lumberjacks.
And it's early in the game, and it's tough to say it at this point, but this is a big possession for the Panthers. Got to get a bucket here. Another turnover.
Unforced error.
Williams and Chasson, the two seniors on the Panthers.
Walton kicks it over. Gant from the outside off the iron, rebound by the big fella, and Hilliard trying to make room, finally gets it and puts it off the glass and good.
Hilliard got away with a little bit of a shove there. I think it was just a little, it was just slight enough to not draw the referee's attention.
And another errant pass. Ball go back to the Lumberjacks. This is the onslaught we talked about at the beginning. From the outside again, Walton, and makes it look easy.
Well, and then you play pretty good defense, and then just, Walton knocks down 2 threes. It doesn't take long to put yourself in a bad position early.
Berwick tries to answer, no good.
That was sophomore Zane Griffin for 3. Good-looking big kid, just a sophomore.
Well, can he make it 3 in a row? Yes, he does.
Walton is feeling it. 3 for 3 from the arc in the first 3 minutes.
Don't think he's touched the rim yet. Berwick trying to get on the board 3 minutes into this ball game.
Good block by Hilliard. Got to get his head up, though.
Walton controls it off the Gunner. Gunner's going to reset the offense.
If I'm Gunner, I'm looking for Walton.
Gunner takes it himself off the iron. Hilliard, big fella down low, gets the rebound. Put up is good. He's a big body down low, knows what to do with it. It's 15-0 just underway here from Berwick.
Quick timeout by the Panthers. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Just to kind of, it's tough sledding early on. The one thing you don't want to have happen is give up some easy buckets. But, the Panthers are playing good defense. The Lumberjacks are just making their shots.
Yeah, the size is on the Lumberjack side, so defensively, Berwick's trying to keep them out the lane, and then next thing you know, they start unloading from the three-point line.
And that's when it gets dangerous because, you try to take one thing away and you do a good job of taking it away. The Panthers did a good job. They're keeping the ball from going inside, but then when it's going down from the arc, it could translate into a long night.
Yeah, and on the other side, there's no freebies offensively for Berwick.
No, and they turned the ball over a couple of times early, and that's definitely not what you need against a good ball club like Patterson.
Yeah, again, he gets trapped right on the wrong side of the half court. Can't go backwards, got to go forward. Lucky to get that one back.
And I believe the Lumberjacks lost last night to a good East St. John team. So, they're coming out with a little bit of a sense of urgency. I got a feeling Coach Spahn, he's not letting these guys overlook this Berwick team.
Tough shot in the crowd by Milton. Here comes the Lumberjacks once again. They go to Hilliard. Hilliard just forces his way inside off the glass and good. There's no stopping Hilliard down low.
Well, and Patterson's doing a good job of sharing the ball as well. They're passing, moving the ball. And
they'll give one on a backcourt violation. Wholesale substitution comes in for Berwick as they have their 4th turnover of the first half.
Yep. Berwick and Patterson wholesale substitution. So number 35, Christian Johnson in for the Lumberjacks. Looks like we might have a
wardrobe malfunction.
Is it a wardrobe malfunction or is it a hair malfunction? I don't know.
Got some accessories in his hair. You'll have to go and remove them.
Well, the question I have on that one, Boo, is
we're at the end of the year.
They played last night. I'm gonna make the assumption that he had that in his hair last night. How is it a problem now? But what do I know?
Round the horn they go. Walton misses his first one, but Hilliard does a good job getting the rebound, finds his teammate in Francois.
Great job right there by Hilliard. Good offensive rebound, good vision. Good steal there by 14, Kitchen.
Francois takes it to the side off to Kitchen. Kitchen back to Francois. Round the horn it goes.
Good ball movement by the Lumberjacks there.
Good defense right there by Berwick. They'll force Hilliard out. A little Euro step by Walton and a turnover for the Lumberjacks. A rare misfire.
So if you're Berwick here, you gotta get a good shot. You know, first off you gotta attack the press. They've been taking the ball to the corner too much. Nobody in the middle of the floor. Looking at a possible 10-second violation there. Good take by, that was Gonzalez on the drive. Another turnover by the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, Milton off the iron, no good. Good fight for the rebound, and Bennett puts it off the side of the glass. Nothing there. Hilliard throws the alley-oop. Milton couldn't do anything with it. No good.
Timing was just a little bit off on that.
Yeah, it turned out to be a good play, but a real errant pass. Should have been a turnover. They catch a break, now they'll go to the line shooting 2.
Yeah, Patterson's done a really good job with the defensive pressure, kind of what we talked about. You know, unfortunately, Berwick hasn't been able to answer that surge. You know, when Walton comes out and hits 2 threes almost back to back in the first couple of minutes, just puts you in a bind. Griffin checks in for Gonzalez. Both sophomores. You know, Berwick's got a young team. You got to hope that they're getting some good experience. Robinson gets the bucket off of the missed free throw.
Yeah, much needed 2 points.
Yeah.
Nice little move right there, stutter step. Francois puts it up and in. So a lot of players contributing for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, 4 different players score for the Lumberjacks so far. Doing a good job of moving the ball against a tight defense.
Yeah, one thing you notice, nothing's coming easy for Berwick.
No, and Patterson is showing more patience than I expected him to show. You know, a lot of times when you have that zone packed in, the tendency is to try to push and try to force something. And they're not doing that. They're taking their time, they're working the ball, getting good shots.
Open shot, unable to convert. Inside a minute here in the opening quarter. Boy, a nice dish to Hilliard.
Nice big man to big man feed. Good job by Jones there, keeping his head up and feeding his teammates sliding down the lane.
Oh! Hops right back up, but
looked like they got their feet tangled up there.
At 50 years old, you take that fall, you down for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Let's take a look.
Thought he hit his chin on the floor. Luckily,
everyone's
pops right
okay.
back up. See if Lumberjacks hold for the last shot. 15 seconds and counting. 23-2 our score. Gant stands in the corner. Decides to kick it back out. Inside 5. Good block by the Panthers. Off the Lumberjacks. The Panthers will get it 144. left on the clock.
I think Gant passed up the right shot. They did a good job penetrating, kicking out for the three. It wasn't, 3 or 4 seconds left, but that's the shot you're looking for.
Well, the surge we expected. Lumberjacks jump out to a 23-2 lead. We'll be back with more high school basketball right after this.
You're watching the TV22 and AJ Doman Automotive Family Game of the Week. Game of the Week is brought to you by AJ Doman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, AJ Doman Chevrolet Cadillac, Coastline Wealth Group, G&J Curbside, Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, and Allen's Communication.
And welcome back, AJ Doman Automotive Family. High school basketball. Good combination right there. Allows us to go out here on our YouTube channel and our Allen's Communication channel and offer a chance for the folks to watch these young high school players. Show us what they got.
Yep, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you click subscribe and like to KWBJ's site. Berwick starting the second half. Hopefully try to get a little bit better looks at the basket, reduce their turnovers. Got the fall, got the shot to fall, but it hits the top of the rim, top of the backboard, excuse me, and the referee waves it off.
Gunner takes the lazy pass, takes it right to the hole, no good. Rebound Jones, put back up and good. And the Jacks continue the second quarter as they finish the first.
A good move here by the Jacks, I think. They pressed in the first half. They've got a big lead. They drop back. You don't want to foul now. You want to play good half-court defense. You're going to work on the things to try to get better.
Nice shot.
That's Zane Griffin with the bucket.
Yeah. Griffin just crossed the blocks, turned around, set his feet, and scored.
Good hustle by Gunner.
Here's Gunner here. Jackson's
got a
reset
little
the
too
defense.
close. Not a whole lot of spacing there.
Contact on down low. It'll go off the Lumberjack player. They'll give it to Berwick.
That was Christian Johnson that it went off.
Nobody's more relieved that the pressure has left than these guards.
Yeah.
It was tough sledding trying to get through that press.
Now the problem is the defensive intensity for Patterson is still there. It's just in a half-court setting.
Kitchen leads the way on the front end. Gunner from the outside. String music, three-pointer good.
That's the fourth three for the Lumberjacks, Boo. That makes it tough.
Jones blocked. Saved. Berwick has a great defensive play by Griffin.
Great effort there. That's a situation. It's you're down by 24. You could hold back, but Griffin does a great job hustling. And there you see Griffin coming from behind.
I don't think Jones saw him or anticipated him. Great job. Kitchen, the gunner on the outside. Berwick will set up in their zone. They'll swing it to the hot man. That's Walton off the rim. So he made his first three, missed his last two. Kitchen will try to get in the game and does. A three-pointer from the top of the key.
Yeah, Kitchen says, Walton, you're not feeling it anymore? No worries. Just give it to me. I'll put one in there for you.
Gunner steals the pass, takes it to distance.
Another timeout by the Panthers.
Yeah, 33-4.
So on this timeout, Boo, I know we're at a basketball game, but we have a young versus old to this weekend in the Super Bowl. Who you like?
You know, I know a lot of the bettors are going to be on Kansas City, and I always like to go with the bookie. Take the Tampa Bay.
So you're going. So you think Brady's got a little bit more magic left in it?
No, I don't.
No.
But it sounds good.
It sounds good. Yeah.
You know,
It's hard. I'm gonna tell you though, it'd be hard to bet against Brady. He has always been clutch. You know,
he's not going to lose the game. So if the Tampa Bay defense plays like they've been playing and can get a lead,
yeah, and,
Brady can hang on.
you know, he's 6-2 in the Super Bowl, and it's 2 incredible catches. You know, from the Giants. If it wasn't for Eli Manning, he might be 8-0.
Absolutely. But that's not why we watch the Super Bowl. Tony, we watch it for the commercials.
For the commercials, that's right.
Chesson takes it across the half-court line, and he's looking for somebody to break free. Even though it's a half-court defense, it is pressed out, so there's not much room.
They're not playing a passive zone. They're playing a very aggressive zone.
And you're playing some of the second line players, and you don't really notice it. They're playing the same intensity as the front line.
Well, and that's a big thing going into the playoffs. You know, you can't count on 1 or 2 players. One guy gets in foul trouble, one guy twists his ankle. You got to have those guys on the bench that can come in and contribute. And I think Gant's done a great job. Walton's normally a starter, but he comes out just red hot. We haven't seen Kyler Paul.
Yeah, I like the defensive lineman, a little 1-3-1. Got the point going in the back of the defense.
Yeah, and that's typically your point guard is your best communicator. He understands the game, and so he can see the whole floor. Got away with a walk.
33-4, who's counting?
Yeah, Patterson doing a good job here. Just a lot of patience.
Good find right there under the goal. They find Johnson. Big wide body, able to get position, gets the ball, draws a foul.
Yep, foul on Bennett. You just see does a good job of keeping his eyes on the basket. Johnson steps to the ball.
Tony, I know your time as a coach, and you run against teams where you just couldn't compete athletically.
Yeah, and when you run into that situation, you have to try to slow down the pace. You have to try to minimize their athleticism, and then they come out and they hit 2 or 3 threes right off in the game, and there's just not a whole lot you can do. And then on the other side, coaching for Patterson, when you have an athletic team, the thing you have to do is make that team be uncomfortable, because every minute that the game goes by where it's a close game, that team that may not be as athletic as you starts to believe that they can win. I guess for me, Boo, the biggest thing is having played in this game a few times, just the electricity and the energy in some of those games, even 25, 30 years ago, I can still, it's almost like it was yesterday. And Was hoping for a little bit of a closer game, but
Johnson takes the feed in the bucket. Yeah, I think the difference, you can't look at a scoreboard right now. You just got to play your game.
yeah, it becomes, you know, here's the thing I'm looking for. Do they continue to play hard? Does Berwick continue to play hard throughout the whole game? You know, they've turned the ball over 10 times. Patterson's, you know, made 4 threes in the first half. You know, if you're going to build into the, you know, into next year, is the effort still there?
There's a good open jumper from the outside.
That's sophomore on the side, Bennett.
Enough to get a timeout called by Patterson. So you're right, it's about coaching through the score. So you're going to get yourself in position that it doesn't matter if you're getting beat by 2 or by 50, you still got to be in the right position to make plays.
Well, and it goes on both sides of the ball. You know, if you're down, you know, unfortunately, you play this game long enough, unfortunately, you're going to run into those games where, you know, you're up by 20 or you're down by 20. And, you know, in reality, the score should not have a factor in your effort, in your execution, and what you're trying to do. And, you know, to build a program or to sustain a program, that's the long-term effects of, you know, that you have to try to work through games like this.
And when you roll out 4 sophomores as starters, your hopes over the summer, they each grow about 4 inches.
Right. And spend some time in the gym.
Patterson calls timeout. Their strategy is they'll hold it to the last shot.
Yeah, this is where you want to work your end-of-game management. You know, you come to the sideline. Okay, guys. You know, if we need to play for 1 shot, this is how we're going to do it. And then you know you have your play call. Looked like Walton almost stepped out of bounds there.
Yeah, Berwick came out, tried to force the action a little bit. Still 15 seconds on the clock. Gunner has it. And they get a call with the 7 seconds left. They'll take it out of bounds. Really, the whole club has shot the ball well, so there's not really one guy you can defend.
Yeah, you can't say you're gonna key on one player.
Tie up. 5 seconds left. Lumberjacks has it. They'll get one more opportunity.
Yeah, and you're going to see Coach Spann will be frustrated right there because, you know, 44 seconds you execute and then you have to get a half a second to take that shot.
Yep, so that'll do it here in the first half. Patterson comes out, plays like the 11th seeded team in their division. We'll be back with the second half of high school basketball here on KWBJ.
You're watching the TV22 and AJ Doman Automotive Family Game of the Week. Game of the Week is brought to you by AJ Doman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Discover the difference at the foot of the bridge in Berwick. AJ Doman Chevrolet Cadillac, the dealership that works for you. Stop by for a test drive. Highway 182 in Berwick. Coastline Wealth Group, more than financial planning, a partner who takes pride in helping you succeed. CoastlineWealthGroup.com. Life well planned. GJCurbside.com, your complete online grocery store, including local and regional products. Check our website for delivery options. From our curb to yours, G&J Curbside. Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, here to restore the quality of life you deserve. And Allen's Communications, locally owned cable, internet, and phone service. 384-8335. You're watching the TV22 and AJ Doman Automotive Family Game of the Week. Game of the Week is brought to you by AJ Doman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, AJ Doman Chevrolet Cadillac, Coastline Wealth Group, G&J Curbside, Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, and Allen's Communication.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Berwick for our second half. There you see our score. We talked about it coming out. Can Berwick handle the onslaught, the pressure that the Lumberjacks are going to put on them? An 11th seeded team showed the talent they had. They jump out to a huge lead, and now they lead 35-6 at half.
Boy, and you got to look, Boo. You got to wonder if Coach Spann is he's got them running half suicides before the start of the second half. So I guess this cold temperature is trying to make sure he gets their blood flowing.
Yeah, you look at the scoring leaders here at halftime, and it was a mixed bag for Patterson. Everybody got in the game.
Yeah, Walton jumps out early, makes 3 threes. He's leading them with 9 points. Mark Hilliard has 8. Dylan Gunner has 7. So, really spreading the ball around the floor. So a good overall team effort by the Lumberjacks. And, Boo, Berwick's giving a good effort. Didn't turn the ball over a bunch in the first quarter. Minimize those turnovers. Just kind of struggled to get the ball to fall in the second half. It's second quarter. It's been a tale of 2 stories with the different teams. The Patterson girls struggled scoring. The Berwick girls could put the ball in the basket. It's been a complete role reversal here with the boys game.
Don't be afraid of Free Willie, okay?
Patterson looks like it's going to get to start. Looks like Berwick's going to start the second half.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I've been to a game where there were just 6 points scored in a half.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we had 2 of them.
Right.
I think, as a matter of fact, the Patterson girls had 6 points at the half. And then, oh, man.
Yeah, you go into halftime, you talk about all these great things we're going to do coming out the second half, and your first play is a turnover.
And that's the thing. If the pressure gets you, if Patterson's defense does it, but that's just a pass to the wing,
And the Jacks return the favor. Robinson takes it in for the layup, misses it. The ball comes back to him. He's out of bounds. And they'll give it back to the Jacks. Gunner running the point has done a good job here in the first half. Walton got it started with a 3-point barrage.
Nope, good kick. Looks like he's Nope. Boy, he started off hot. He's kind of cooled off a little bit.
Made his first 3, missed his last 3. Call that 50%.
It's still pretty good from the arc.
Good hustle by Jones right there. Gets a hand on it. Knocks it out of bounds. Berwick will keep possession. Just underway here in the third quarter from Berwick.
Good anticipation there by Gunner, starting to break.
Easy layup for Walton. And the first 2 points of the second half goes to the Jacks.
Yeah, Boo, I've been on both sides of these games, and I can tell you, if you're winning or you're losing, at this point, what you want to do is just try to execute and get the game over, move to the next game.
Good rebound by Hilliard. They'll run it around. Gunner asks for the ball, shoots, no good. Berwick will walk it back down. Williams, the running one-hander, no good.
Good rebound by Jones there.
Back down the court we go. They'll pass it around. Jones to the outside to Gant, no good. Robinson puts his head down, no good. Rebound Berwick. And a second shot, no good. And here comes the Jacks again.
It looked like that could have been a tie-up, but
Yeah, Gant
walks.
took it right in the middle of 3 defenders.
And if you're going to bring it into 3 guys, you got to feel like somebody's open. So he takes it in. Yeah, I
Might
guess
have been a foul in a closer game. Good rebound. Back up, no good. Look, tough to get a shot off. Big fellas down there for Patterson.
And they do a good job of bothering the shot. Good job by Jones. Just can't finish. Good look from Hilliard. Griffin for 3.
Yeah, 3-pointer from the outside. Finally got some daylight. Griffin knew what to do with it.
Griffin just a sophomore, Boo, and he's looks like he's got some good size to him. Somebody who you can kind of build a program around. He gets a little bit bigger, gets a little bit stronger. Hilliard just too
muscles,
much.
just muscles his way in.
Good ball movement by the Panthers.
Yeah, if you got any daylight, you got to let it fly because that
Yeah.
daylight don't stay for long.
Yeah, it doesn't. Good shot
Good job
by
of Milton.
5. Yeah,
Got in
just
the
couldn't get
crease,
it.
yeah.
Just couldn't get it to fall.
Gunner, a little Euro step, left-handed scoop.
Just couldn't get it.
Degree of difficulty was a 10 on that shot.
Good pass there. He got away with one right in front of us. Stepped out on the line, but you didn't step on the line if the refs didn't see you. And maybe they saw and said, we just don't want to stop the play of the game yet. Good ball movement by the Jacks.
Yeah, Walton was feeling it early. Not so much as of late. But the good news is he made it when it counted.
Right. Yeah, if you're gonna struggle missing shots, missing when you're up 30.
Yeah, he's the reason the Lumberjacks got out to that big lead early.
Yep.
They've been coasting ever since.
Mass substitutions for both teams. I think this is good by both coaches here. I think there's no doubt we have a good idea what the outcome of the game is going to be. Get your younger kids in there and get them some experience on the varsity level. Of course, on Berwick's side, 2 seniors, the rest sophomores and freshmen. So you're just getting additional kids experience. I'll tell you one thing, Boo, it's going to be tough, I think, Patterson's done such a good job spreading the ball around. It's going to be tough to identify the core physical therapy player of the game.
Good putback right there by Johnson. Whistle drawn by Milton. That'll get him 2 free throws.
Foul on Johnson. That's his second.
Tony, one thing about Patterson, they do pass the eye test. They're going to be
Definitely.
a tough out in the playoffs. Got a lot of skilled players, got good size, and it looks like their guys know what to do with the basketball.
Right, and there's a couple of key players missing. Josiah Jennings, who's another big guy down inside. Kyler Paul, who was our core physical therapy player of the week in the Morgan City game. Those 2 guys haven't stepped on the floor tonight. So, it's going to be interesting.
Free throw good. thing about it is the game is spread as the score is. It's still a game played under control.
Yeah, and I think both teams have shown a lot of effort. You look at you got one team that is just a little bit even with their age, just looks like they have a little bit more experience. The Lumberjacks look like they've been playing the game a little bit longer than the Panthers. Good drive there.
Got to take advantage. This is probably the only time you get an open shot.
Right.
And that's a free throw.
Right. No one's guarding you, but everyone's looking at you. I guess that's good rebound by Hilliard there. I tell you, Boo, I don't know. Mark, Walton came out on fire early in the game, but Hilliard has been consistent the entire game. I think that's a couple of our candidates for the player of the game.
Yeah, not only has Hilliard done a good job rebounding the basketball, as when he was covered, he's been able to find open players.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing. I think Patterson is looking to be the more complete team. They're not looking to focus on one player. They do a good job of moving the basketball. They do a good job of being unselfish. And then you go to the hot hand.
They'll move it around. 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. A commanding 41-10 lead for the Lumberjacks.
So typically, yeah, you want to start your action with about 7 or 8 seconds, so you have
Francois
time.
on the kick out. Kinchin puts it up, hits nothing, and the third quarter comes to a close. So Patterson did what they needed to do in the third to stay in control of this ball game. They lead 41-10. We'll take a timeout and be back with the fourth and final quarter here on KWBJ.
You're watching the TV22 and AJ Doman Automotive Family Game of the Week. Game of the Week is brought to you by AJ Doman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, AJ Doman Chevrolet Cadillac, Coastline Wealth Group, G&J Curbside, Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, and Allen's Communication.
There you see the Central Catholic head football coach, Tommy Minton, enjoying the Berwick-Patterson ball game tonight, supporting high school athletics. We'd also like to thank AJ Chrysler, AJ Chevrolet, Coastline Health Group, G&J Curbside, Allen's Communications, and Core Physical Therapy.
So Boo, living in Morgan City and former mayor, have you tried G&J Curbside yet?
I have. Wife has. I don't do the shopping. I'm not allowed to go in the kitchen. All I'm able to do is eat and clean the dishes.
Well, so did she cook good, I guess would be the question.
Absolutely. Very convenient. If you don't know the recipe, they have recipes. You can buy the kit. Do a lot of things customized that you just don't get at a regular grocer. If you cook a good meal and you take a picture, next thing you know, Eric Lynn's got you on Facebook.
Okay.
Williams trying to find some room. Bennett in the game for Berwick. And Kinchin on the rebound.
I tell you, Boo, it just happened right in front of us, but the 41-10. But the defensive intensity on the Patterson side was still there. And you could hear those guys communicating, talking to each other. I got the ball. So, Coach Spann, it's his first year at Patterson, but he is a Patterson alumni. Played ball at Southeastern over in Hammond. So you really feel like these guys are buying into what he's trying to do.
Yeah, nice tip out. Second opportunity, and the bucket's good.
That's
Zach Gonzalez, another sophomore for the Panthers.
Yeah, if you don't even look at the stat sheet, you can basically say, you know, you guess sophomore, and you're right 70% of the time.
Yeah, and you watch these young guys, even what Gonzalez did right here. Perfect technique on a little jab step, and he got to an open shot, missed the shot, but followed in, able to get the tip and put back.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing. I mean, you coach your team through the school, and the one thing you have to say about both of these teams is they're giving good effort. You know, I think that, you know, you got to look to where you get yourself in a position in a couple of years where you're ready to potentially compete for a district championship.
So errant pass, another turnover, unforced. Ball go back to Patterson, and we have moved into the portion of the game where we got running clock.
Yep, it's you know, it's time. You know, it's let's keep playing. We're going to keep playing hard, but you don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Yeah, between Johnson and Hilliard, those two guys are loads underneath. They get the ball down low. It's hard to stop them.
Yeah. No real answer for those guys down low tonight. And then, you know, Patterson again jumps out early and makes some early shots, and you know.
Yeah, they're just not allowing Berwick to just pass it around the horn, try to penetrate the defense a little bit, kick it out.
No.
They've got pressure on them once they cross half court until they either make a shot or miss the shot.
A little sloppy here towards the end of the game, which, you know, that can be expected, but yep. I guess that's a you got to give credit to the cheerleaders, though, Boo. They're still up there supporting the team, even down 31. Had a good little halftime performance by the Top Cats.
Yeah, nice little step around. And
that's Luke Tarver, a freshman,
floater.
scoring there.
Yeah, Johnson down low, first time misfiring. Patterson able to get the rebound. Inside 4 minutes. Game has been controlled by the Lumberjacks since the tip. Jones fires away from three-point land and hits. So the big fella steps out.
You wonder if coach just says, okay, you get one. Go ahead. And then get back down below. Good move.
Yeah, contact by Kinchin, found himself out of position, and Milton able to get it off the glass and in.
Milton's had a good second half for the Panthers. Get to take a second look at it here. Good cut to the basket, draws the contact, uses the glass.
And the free throw's good.
Completes the old school three-point play.
See if Jones will go with the heat check.
Yep.
Air ball.
That'll be the one coach comes back and says, okay, you're good. Go back inside.
Yeah. 3 3-pointers, 2 of them air balls, 1 off the iron. They get the rebound.
Gets kick ball by Gunner. I'm sorry, by Kitchen. Three minutes to go. And then we're going to wrap up the season on Tuesday, Boo, with the Assumption Mustangs versus the Morgan City Tigers.
Yeah, it should be a good game. Looking forward to putting my eyes on Morgan City for the first time this year. I know Assumption always loaded, got good talent, good coaches.
Yep. It'll be my second time seeing Morgan City. Coach Herman Hartman Jr. over there doing a good job.
Yeah, foul right there off the ball, so the basket no good. Johnson will go to the line.
Boy, if you're Jones, that'll frustrate you a little bit. You get your 2 points, and they take it off the board.
Getting close to announcing the core physical therapy and sports performance player of the game. Tough to pick when the game is so evenly balanced. You know it's going to come from the Patterson side. They're victorious, but, man, each and every one of those guys had a good game tonight.
They, for lack of a better term, they spread the wealth real well, making it an even tougher choice.
Yeah, we're going to have to defer to the truck. Chris Hunter, Jason Price, our producer. We'll have to make the decision tonight and live with it.
Missed both free throws.
Inside 2 minutes. And a timeout by the Patterson Lumberjacks. So Tony, coming into the game, we knew this was a rivalry game, Patterson taking on Berwick, but we also knew Berwick was awful young. In order for them to have a shot, they had to manage the first half of the first quarter, and they didn't do so.
No, and Patterson came out and did exactly what they wanted to do.
There you see our core physical therapy player of the game, and came from a defensive effort and a low post player in Marquis.
Yep, 10 points, so, double-digit points, and, probably close to double-digit rebounds, but a good effort defensively. And then, the other thing he did, he made a couple of good passes down in the paint. And, a big man that can pass the ball is always a positive for your team.
A lot of times your player of the game comes from a guard position. They got the ball in their hands more times than not. But Hilliard was able to carve himself out a very nice ball game tonight. Offensive, defensive rebounding, putbacks, and also getting a few assists.
Yeah, and I can tell you, Boo, as a former big man and even a much bigger man now that I'm not a player anymore, that kind of hurts my feelings a little bit. I feel like, a long time ago, I may have competed a little bit for the core physical therapy player of the game a long time ago.
Yeah, I think it was called the Burger Chef player of the game back in the day.
Probably.
Yeah.
I believe it was. I can tell you the both floors in both gyms, Berwick and Patterson, had those old rubber floors, and they've definitely made some good improvements to their facilities, both schools.
So we slip inside a minute as the 11th seeded Patterson Lumberjacks take care of business here tonight.
It's going to be interesting to see if, who they draw in the playoffs, and, if they can stay healthy, have a chance to make a deep run.
You talked about it, did it all tonight with a few key players. Didn't even play, some of their better, and didn't matter. Everybody gave an effort from top to bottom and everywhere in between. I think both sides at this point are willing to just let the clock run to zero.
As we get down to 10.
That'll do it. The clocks will run to zero. Patterson comes to Berwick and walks away with a 48-17 dominating performance. They're the 11th seeded team in their classification. We'll be back to wrap this up in the post-game show. I'm Booker Zav alongside Tony Boba. We'll be back right after this.
You're watching the TV22 and AJ Doman Automotive Family Game of the Week. Game of the Week is brought to you by AJ Doman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Discover the difference at the foot of the bridge in Berwick. A.J. Doman Chevrolet Cadillac, the dealership that works for you. Stop by for a test drive. Highway 182 in Berwick. Coastline Wealth Group, more than financial planning, a partner who takes pride in helping you succeed. CoastlineWealthGroup.com. Life well planned. GJCurbside.com, your complete online grocery store, including local and regional products. Check our website for delivery options. From our curb to yours, G&J Curbside. Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, here to restore the quality of life you deserve. And Allen's Communications, locally owned cable, internet, and phone service, 384-8335.
And welcome back as we wrap this up in the Allen's Communication post-game show. There you see our final score, Patterson 48 and the Panthers 17. Tony, coming into the game, we knew what we had, the 11th seeded Patterson Lumberjacks locked and loaded for a playoff run going against a very young Berwick Panther ball club.
Yeah, and, you know, Patterson did a good job. They did exactly what they needed to do. Jumped out early, put the game in, no doubt, made sure that they took care of their business and no inkling of an upset. You know, the positive thing for Berwick, they were competitive in the second half. You know, they gave a good effort. They've got a lot of young players. I think they've got a chance to build from there. You know, the thing, Patterson had 6 different guys score the basketball. They shared the ball. Walton was the leading scorer with 11, Hilliard with 10. You had another guy with 8. You had Johnson with 8 and Gunner with 7. So
they got overwhelmed in the first half, but if the good news is the second half was a little bit different.
Yeah. The second half, you know, played almost even. You know, 13-11, the Jacks, you know, outscored them by 2 in the second half. So, you know, in a game like this, you have to try to find something positive. You know, you hope the Panthers continue to improve and hopefully, you know, turn this into a little bit more of a true rivalry in the next year.
So when it's time to pick the core physical therapy and sports performance player of the game, we end up with Marquez.
Yeah, I think just an overall game, you know, not one dominant player, but in all aspects, scoring, rebounding, passing, defensively, he was just, you know, he separated himself just enough to be identified because it was a good team effort. This could have been a, you know, possibly a group effort for the player of the game, but I think Mark was a great choice.
Next week, Tony, we get a look at the Morgan City Tigers taking on the Mustangs of Assumption.
Looking forward to it. We'll be in, you know, we'll be at Morgan City High School. You know, I've enjoyed this evening, Boo. It looks like we get to do it at least one more time, barring any major issues, and you know, we'll wrap up the first season of a long season of KWBJ basketball.
Patterson takes a short drive down LA 182 to Berwick and walks away with a 48-17 victory. They got playoff aspirations and a lot more than that on their mind. So for Booker's Ave, alongside Tony Boboff, the guys and girls that work the truck and the cameras, we'll see you next Tuesday night from Morgan City.
Thank you for watching TV 22 and the A.J. Doman Automotive Family Game of the Week. Game of the Week was brought to you by A.J. Doman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Discover the difference at the foot of the bridge in Berwick. A.J. Doman Chevrolet Cadillac, the dealership that works for you. Stop by for a test drive. Highway 182 in Berwick. Coastline Wealth Group, more than financial planning, a partner who takes pride in helping you succeed. CoastlineWealthGroup.com. Life well planned. GJCurbside.com, your complete online grocery store, including local and regional products. Check our website for delivery options. From our curb to yours, G&J Curbside. Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, here to restore the quality of life you deserve. And Allen's Communications, locally owned cable, internet, and phone service, 384-8335.